No, I just wanted to make sure the canon is aligned, with respect. You know what I mean? Make sure it's visible
It
where it's
is.
supposed to be.
Remember what you guys said
Make
about this thing?
sure
Said speak no trophy. Speak no trophy.
Speak no
Right?
trophy.
Speak no
Yeah,
trophy,
no
right?
trophy.
Okay. I they remind you all your receipts. I get them.
Guys, welcome back to Talk Football Live.
Thank you.
If you haven't heard by
So excited.
now, which I don't think is possible because Arsenal took over the internet yesterday, but
We are still
we're
taking
back.
over the internet. We're not done. Man.
Champions.
We're not done.
We're not done.
Just getting
We're
started.
not done.
Just getting started.
But for today, we're going to go behind the scenes a little bit, right? We're going to analyze the last couple games, both for Arsenal and especially Man City, right? That confirmed Arsenal as champions of the 2025-2026 season. We're going to look at the final day because, thankfully, I don't have to, watch Championship Sunday. I can watch it calmly as a champion. I don't have to have my heart in my mouth like it's been for a lot of this season.
Honestly.
But there's still a lot of drama. There's Europe places up for grabs. We still have one more spot to be confirmed for relegation. We'll talk about that. And then things are changing. There's a changing of the guard in the Premier League, and we need to talk about that as well.
The new things.
Seriously, are you guys ready? Ready to jump in?
Yeah, ready.
I like to listen to my other co-hosts tonight and see what they have to say. I just want to chill and listen to them. So you can go ahead, since you're you two. Whichever one of you want to speak first. You guys are free to go ahead.
I don't understand. Free to go ahead to do what? Now you be the champion now. Give us speech. Give us speech. Since you won the league, tell us exactly how do you feel.
Hold on. I'm calm.
How do you feel?
I'm collected. I'm happy.
I'm asking the question. How do you feel as a
doing
champion?
well. I feel so good. I feel so calm. I feel excited. I feel like cloud nine. But I want our fans, I want our viewers, I want our our subscribers. I just want them to hear from you before I go ahead and say anything. Because when I start talking, I'll keep talking, man. I don't want you to interrupt.
Yeah, from me in terms of what? What are they hearing from you for what? I don't understand what I'm saying.
Last week, you and I were here discussing, talking about Arsenal. We were waiting for the downfall. At least, can you please kick off? No. Can you kick off with congratulations, Arsenal. That was well deserved. You guys ran a good race. You did well. Say something. Just congratulate and
that's what you want me to say. Okay.
Start with that.
Have to be specific now.
Show some respect, man.
Specific. You are not specific. You don't say something. Say something about what exactly?
Because I wanted
we know
to say whatever comes to your mouth. Then I want to say how good it is.
Okay, let me say something now. Can I say something?
Then when you finish, pop the corn to that guy. Whoever is wearing the Man City jersey, I don't know him. Pop the corn to him and let him say something too.
Okay, so with that being said, I want to say congratulations to Arsenal, the Gunners. It was a very, very, very good campaign. Very interesting campaign.
Speak up.
We appreciate the entertainment. Let's just say it was won with sweat, blood, determination, and sprinkles of luck here and there, which it's acceptable by the law of the game, And again, I want to congratulate Arteta, particularly for his hard work. He mentioned, I think 7 years ago or 6 years ago when he joined the team, that he was going to deliver, and he definitely delivered this time around. So I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him. I think he's definitely a brilliant manager, and he's starting to change the mentality and the culture of Arsenal. So congratulations to the team, and I wish you guys all the best in the future. Congrats.
All right, thank you. Awesome. I'm going to say something. That was really good.
That was better than the speech you gave. Hold on a second. That was better than the speech you gave at your church last Sunday.
Oh my God.
Right? That was
a prayer. I just did the video. That was literally a prayer for us now.
It's on Instagram.
I was never talking about Arsenal. I was actually
you cannot be one of those pastors. You cannot be one of those Niger pastors, right? That is saying whatever, right? But I saw you and I was shocked, right?
Oh my God.
So it's better. I just want to let you know. Thank you for saying that. And this is way better than you mounting the altar and saying stops last Sunday. Pop the corn, please.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, well, I was going to talk about Arteta real quick because I think I said this in the group chat, but I think what is particularly impressive for me, because I'm going to be totally honest, I wasn't sure that Arteta had what it takes to get over that line, right? He's a brilliant manager, no doubt. Like we've seen what he's done with the team over the course, but sometimes you question whether someone has what it takes to get over the line. Like they do a great job, but when it gets to the end, do they have what it takes? And I think to come second and then go again, it's very rare that you see a team come second and they're still up there challenging year over year. But to come second first time, come second time, come second the third time and still challenge and finally get it over the line. I think that's where I give the kudos because, it's easy to get kicked down over and over again. And at one point you lose your way, right? Like you start trying new things, you start like experimenting foolishly and you lose your course. But I have to say I credit him for that, for sticking the course. I mean, we're very close to maybe finishing second again, but to consistently challenge, especially in the EPL, that takes a lot. So I'll just add that.
I second that. I second that, but I don't want to lose something. And I'm sorry, Ayo, and I apologize deeply. And we're going to come back to it.
I know.
Can we please get the same congratulatory message from?
Arsenal. The years of banter are over.
Okay, thank you. Good start.
The years of banter are over. You guys are the undisputed champions of England. Wow, we love it for you.
Thank you.
We're happy for you. 22 years, and in a day, it's like
yes, it's leave.
It's just real clean.
Thank you.
So
the funny thing, this happened back in, I think, was it 2002 as well, or was it the 98-99 season when Wenger came? We had been second 3 times.
Yeah. This is the second time in
it's
history.
A parallel. Yeah, it's a parallel of that. You know what happened after that, right? Had a long
domination. How long?
Hold on.
Oh.
So
1999.
I don't want to lose Ayo's point about Arteta, but before we do that, you said we know what happened that time. There's a fact, like I told you last week, right? So UD, let me rewind to last week when we're trying to wrap up. You said City has always they've won the Premier League 3 times on the last day before, and I told you the difference between that record and the current situation. I told you that those times they came from behind, right? They were ahead.
They were ahead on the
and
day.
They cemented it on the last day, so they won it on that. This one is different because Arsenal is top of the table. Arsenal was top of the table, and so now this is City chasing. So it's different. Then coming and chasing and winning it on the last day. Now, why did I say that? I said that because what you talked about, that was when Arsenal were transitioning from Highbury to Emirates. And by the way, this is Arsenal's first EPL trophy at the Emery. We've never won EPL at the Emery. Last time we won EPL was at Highbury. So there's a difference.
Okay.
What was that difference and why is it significant? They were moving from one stadium and they didn't want to owe more money or had a very financial situation that will affect the future. So that affected us. That again, we know what the cost of 22 years, right? Yeah. No competition. We didn't compete for anything until people said it's time for Wenger to go, right? So we said, okay, Wenger. Basically, we forced Wenger to retire. Yeah. He retired. We brought in Good evening, couldn't move us forward. So we had to make a quick decision to bring back Arteta. So for me personally, even though people say 22 years, I think our journey to becoming competitive started 7-8 years ago. And that has paid off now. I don't think that mistake repeating itself because you are not moving to another stadium. That's what I just wanted to say. Go ahead.
I think you were competitive with Wenger. I don't think anybody would say Arsenal wasn't competitive then. I just think you weren't giving him what he needed to finish.
You know what Arsenal's, what Wenger's trophy was those days? It was top 4. You forgot? Yeah. People forget easily.
No, it was consistently a Champions League team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was
that's all. We made it to Champions League. Great.
So I'm gonna bring something up because we were talking about this before we started the recording, right? We talked about Emery, right? You said because UD brought up the point that Arsenal is the only team that Emery, didn't win the Europa League with. And what I said was the level Emery is at. Emery is a fantastic coach, but I think I've always said this, and Biodon agrees. That is his level, and with all due respect, Arsenal wanted to be above that level, right? We wanted to get back to challenging for the Champions League, challenging for the Premier League, and I don't think that is Emery's level. So it's taking time for us to get to the
it doesn't take away from the fact that
I agree with John. I said the same thing in the group. Since I said the same thing, that this is about it for him, man. Past this one. This is it.
Yeah, but I don't think it takes.
And it's great to win the Europa League, but that's not what I want. I don't want the Europa League. You said it makes him an European champion.
Yeah. Anyone that tries to pump up Emery, tries to elevate Emery. No. I'm just gonna say this because I honestly actually had the same conversation with somebody else today.
Okay.
And I've had it many times with people. People that bring up Emery, Arsenal, are people that actually not are people that want to banter Arsenal. And that's why they bring up Emery. Since he just said it, is it not
it's banter because it's banter about how
No. It's not the fact. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Emery, okay, this guy has been winning Europa.
Mm-hmm.
What is his record when it comes to higher competitions? This guy was in
Champions
Spain.
League.
You understand what I'm saying? He's not the kind of coach that would challenge for La Liga. He's not the kind of manager that would challenge for Champions
I don't think Emery would have taken Arsenal to where Arteta has taken Arsenal.
Exactly. And that's not where we wanted to be. We didn't want to be where Emery is. We wanted to be farther than that.
It's day and night. It's banter because, he was there. This is Mr. Europa League. You guys were there and Chelsea took it from you guys. So Chelsea took Champions League for our first time.
That's actually one of the reasons why people don't like Emery. Did you see the formation in that game? You want us to bring up the lineup? Ayu and I, between so just for the public, this is something that has stayed between Ayu and I for a very long time. The day Ayu and I said we're done with Emery was the day Emery played Torreira as 10.
As 10.
That was it. I can go and bring that WhatsApp chat. Yeah, and I has that WhatsApp chat.
Against Manchester United.
That was
I'm like,
he played Torreira as 10.
Lucas Torreira.
And who is the other person?
No, he played him as a number 10.
Oh, as a number 10. Oh, as a 10. Oh, wow.
As a 10. Lucas
against
Torreira.
Manchester United. And that was like one
Lucas
of the worst
Torreira.
Man
Played him
U
as a 10
teams
against Man United.
ever. And we lost.
Man United were losing all their matches until they played Arsenal. It was supposed to be a short 3 points.
That was the day Emery's done. Like, no.
That was it. That
like,
was it.
what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
No.
Anyway, so back to the other point we were going to talk about, because you also brought up the point about Rodri starting that game, and Pep may be making something wrong with his lineup. Can you tell us what you think went wrong against Bournemouth?
So I think he was right to be thinking defensively. Bournemouth, they came out swinging. They had something to play for, which is the potential of being in the Champions League. That's tempting for anybody, right?
Yep.
So they had that to play for, and they came out swinging. And I think Pep is wise about his opponent, right? He tries to counteract his opponent, and I think he was trying to overload the midfield on a defensive front and not really go for it, at least in the beginning of the game. I don't think he picked the right team to do it. I don't think Kovacic and Rodri were the combination that he needed to get that done. That's the heartburn I have. I'm like, I don't think it was wrong to try and counteract the aggression and quickness with which they turn around the ball, right? That's why he wanted to overload the midfield. But I don't think he would have done it with those two players, Kovacic and Rodri. I think he could have tried to put Nico Gonzalez back in midfield. Nico Riley back in midfield and play another CDM, another right left back. And
who would that be?
This boy,
Nuri.
And put Nuri right in left back. That's what
Nuri is left back.
Yeah. He will put Nuri
right
and
back.
put O'Reilly in midfield.
No, but who's going to play right back?
Nunes.
Okay.
Matheus Nunes. Yeah.
Was
And
Matheus
put
Nunes
O'Reilly in.
last game. I think about
This
last
last-
game.
This last game. And the last few games.
You guys missed a lot of chances too, though. I mean, Man City missed some chances.
The goalkeeper was on point.
No, Bournemouth.
Sometimes.
Yeah, the
sometimes
guy was
that's
just on
football.
fire. Hey, see, listen, all this what I'm saying. Arsenal was destined to win this thing. To be honest with you, man, there was nothing you guys were done.
And that's what I think. That
just-
even if it went to the last day, Arsenal would have still.
It wasn't just meant. It wasn't just meant to happen.
I don't
It wasn't
see
meant to.
how. I don't see how those players, with how they are ginger
And
today,
I've
with how they are ginger
So
today,
if you had
I like
gone
to
to
that
the
last
last
game.
day, if you had gone to the last day, I would have been worried for Arsenal. But the fact that
I
you
didn't
didn't
worry,
make
but
it there,
it was still in their hands, you know.
it was
And
destined
the way
to
they played,
happen. Especially
played,
with the way you guys collapsed in like those two games, like the Everton game and that one. But I knew that one game was tricky, but yeah, I watched the game. I was just like, yeah, you know, this wasn't just meant to happen for you guys.
I can tell you what affected Man City in that Bournemouth game more than Pep even messing up. It was the news of Pep leaving. Right, that psychologically, it messed.
I said
I
that.
really want to say
messed
to this.
with
I'll
that
let
team.
UD land. I disagree, but go ahead, UD. Finish up.
No, it messed with the team.
I don't think
It messed-
so.
it
They
really messed with
wanted
the
to win
team.
that game. They wanted to win that
They-
game.
They wanted to win it, but think about it. You've just won the FA Cup. You've just been told the manager is staying. This is the narrative coming out, right? You've just been told the manager is staying, and all of a sudden, the whole club is filled with a rumor that the manager is actually leaving. This is a manager that, remember, every single person in this team, except for the academy players, had looked up to as somebody to come to play in Manchester City for.
Alan signed 10-year contract.
So to hear that this guy is leaving, you're in shock. You know, you're in shock. Yeah, what does this mean for my place? What does this mean for my career? What does this mean for many things? I've committed myself to this club. I've committed myself to this manager, and boom, he's gone. And it's not like it was in the mind of them, or it wasn't there. In fact, they had been reassured that he's staying. And then in the middle of your opponent going ahead, you get this nasty rumor that, by the way, he's leaving. So psychologically, it was a shock for the players. And I think a shock for the whole team. And I don't think they were at their best on the day of the match. Because even the match, I was watching the match, like, where's the energy? Where's the drive? Where's the fight? They were tired. And that tiredness is not a physical tired. I know we played FA Cup, but it was a mental thing. Like every other time Cousin ran back, you could see the exhaustion in his face in the way he turned around. I'm like, man, this man is beyond exhausted. So psychologically, I think they were a little defeated when they got to the field. Now, does that mean that they couldn't have played the game? They could have.
Yeah.
Does that mean that Pep couldn't have picked the better lineup? He could have, but he didn't. And that's why we're here. So
But you said you decided.
Can I go? Or who goes next?
So in other words,
Beldon, go ahead. Beldon said he disagreed.
Sensei, you want to go next?
he just wants to
I
say
just want to say that.
Go and sit down. Where's your trophy? Where's your unbottled trophy?
I really like this conversation because I was looking forward to today's City debating. So, UD, I hear you, but I disagree, and I'll start one by one. So let's start with the Ayo. Sensei, this is the same City team players that told Arsenal to man up. That told Arsenal they're not mentally strong. That told Arsenal that their biggest rival and the only competition in this country is Liverpool.
Themselves.
No, it's Liverpool. That they should go win something until they win something. Like City and Arsenal are not in competition. I'm surprised you're saying that they had mental weakness. It shouldn't be coming from City. No. Seriously, and I'm going to make my point. That's why I started.
You can be surprised, but it's true.
No, they have always displayed the macho thing. And I was telling somebody today that I don't blame them. That for you to say that, it comes with winning trophies. It comes with experience. They've had it, and they are free to say it. And I don't disagree with it. I don't judge them. They are right to say. They have the legal right to say that because they've won trophies and they've grown down muscles. Right?
They can back
so
it
they
up.
can do it. But I will not agree with UD using that as an excuse. Before that game, you and I talked about this last week, and that was where we saw the Arsenal's opening, the opportunity, because there is no way you're going to play. What was the game before Chelsea? Crystal Palace, right? You play 3 games in 9 days. And this is where I need people to actually give Arsenal their flowers. The Crystal Palace game was last year because Crystal Palace has been playing in Conference League. You know that, right?
Mhm.
Arsenal have been playing. See, did you know that late March and April, were months that Arsenal actually played lesser games because we dropped out of the FA Cup, right? And we started having some. It's been 2-3 games. Like it's been a game.
No.
Let me make my point, Sissy. No, don't turn it into jokes.
A big deal.
Relax. Let me make my point. You make your point. No, especially for a team that played 40 games.
You do nobody
that
ever do
played 40
before.
games in a season. I think you should keep quiet. I think you should keep quiet. Next season you can talk.
I will keep quiet, but I just want to point them out.
You play 40 matches. You've played 13 actually. You're going to play the last one on Sunday. That's 40 games in a season. I don't think you should be talking because you have no idea what it is. You played the game 23 days ago.
Let him finish his point now.
Keep quiet.
I'm talking as if Arsenal played so many games.
Yes,
like the most games anybody has ever played. This is the same amount of games City played. So stop emphasizing on something that everybody has done before.
Hold on, it's different. They got out in the round of 16.
Let me give you.
I'm not shouting.
Let me give you.
No, you are shouting. You are shouting. You are throwing misinformation.
I'm not shouting. No, I'm pointing out the fact.
Hold on.
I'm pointing out the fact.
I'm going to give you some facts.
Sissy,
Let me give you the facts.
You cannot be using Ogoju.
I'm not using Ogoju now.
Season,
I saw the numbers now. I saw the numbers.
Season, Man U won the treble.
I saw the numbers.
And they made it all the way to the final. That's 2 competitions and the league. They played 59 games that whole season. Arsenal dropped out of the FA Cup, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've already played 61 games this season.
Okay.
So they've already played 2 more than that treble win.
Okay.
They still have 2 more games to play.
Okay. What is the big deal?
You are shouting. I just gave you the fact.
What is the big deal? What is the big deal?
You interrupted me. Number one, listen, you are shouting. You didn't do this on the altar. You didn't do this on the altar on Sunday. You are much a calmer person. You are much a calmer person. Hold on.
60 games. It's Kinikon like it's
Ayo.
Let Beardo land it.
Let's go sit down.
Sissy, I sense hatred and jealousy, but calm down.
And there's no hatred and jealousy. It's fact.
Calm down now.
No, because I was listening to you. I was saying what you were saying.
Did I say anything wrong?
No, what you like to do is, let me tell you what you like to do. You will take Arsenal's little achievements and you try to massage it as if it's something so majestic.
But I'm the one speaking. When you speak, you can speak to
like it's so majestic. No, because I'm listening to you. So
I still have my time. I haven't yielded yet, though. Because it's taking my time.
Talk your talk, Mr. Champion.
When you talk about Manchester United, massage it anyhow you want.
Talk your talk.
Whatever I want to do. So be quiet and be respectful.
Nah, you two be quiet and stop lying.
Is the fact. We just give you facts. You cannot argue with the facts, right? Okay, so that's fine. My point is this, UD. Let's go back to our points. We knew it was going to come. You and I talked about this. There's no way you're going to survive. Honestly, City have done it before. So even if they won that Bournemouth game, I will not be surprised. They've done it before. I just don't want you to make it an excuse. That's the point I'm trying to make. Number 2, Bournemouth had 9-day rest. We knew what was going to happen. They've been resting for 9 days. You guys had a game in between. You and I talked about this last week, saying Rodri would have to pick between the FA Cup and the game against Bournemouth. You remember when we talked about it, and we said the FA Cup is much more likely for them to win. And that Bournemouth. And we said it like, even as a manager, let's just be nice to ourselves. They won't declare surrender, but in their head, it makes sense for them to chase the FA Cup because that gives them 2 trophies. They don't win the third one. Remember when we talked about that? So we knew, you and I knew that there was a chance for Bournemouth. When the game began, I was expecting more energy from Bournemouth, which I didn't see. Because you cannot be resting for 9 days and be playing with a team that is only rested for 3-4 days. You have an advantage. Use your advantage. So I don't think you should blame the boys. It's not that easy. They played 3 games in 9 days. And the reason why I brought that up is Arsenal suffered that. But people, even myself, I blame them. But it's the reality. It's not easy. When you play a lot of games, 3-4 days apart, and you even have injuries within those games, your squad, you had a fully fit squad. Did you know that Arsenal, so Tottenham has the highest number of injuries because their players have stayed out for longer. But Arsenal has the highest number of recurring injuries, right? Even till now, we still have 2 key players that are out.
It's just
Timber
fact.
and Merino, it's fact. If you like, shake your head and knock your head against
So now only Arsenal don't get injury.
You understand?
Now only
So,
Arsenal don't get injury.
no. I just have to
Now
call
only
it
Arsenal
what
don't
it
get
is.
injury. So
Calm down.
now
You will talk.
Why
Calm
you
down.
not playing? They don't have
So
any-
that's one. Number two, I have a question for UD. No, I'm not done. UD, remember
Champions are
the FA Cup?
now only Arsenal don't get injury.
Previous champion and current champion. Calm down. Can they finish their conversation over here?
UD,
Thank you, Bjorn.
let's
Please.
talk about the Kovacic decision that you talked about. FA Cup.
Yeah.
Rodri started. You guys couldn't break through Chelsea. Then he brought in Kovacic. You guys remember, right? He brought in Kovacic, and that was when
Yeah,
the goal
but
came.
it was
And he
one
opened up.
CDM and an offensive overload, right? One CDM
Yes,
offensive
it was.
overload.
Yeah, because you remember he
The
took out
balance of the
Rodri,
team was
brought in
more on the
Kovacic,
front.
and he brought in Czechie, right? We've seen Pep. The way Pep works sometimes, when a player plays the last game and you kind of do well, the result comes with it. It tries to start you the next game. You understand what I'm saying? So when I saw Kovacic and Rodri, two things came to my mind. Oh, Kovacic came in the last game. He did well. He did better. Maybe Pep felt like, okay, he has some safety. We all know that Rodri wasn't back to form. We saw the game against Chelsea. He wasn't there, right? But because sometimes games like this, big moments and tough games like this, you need your best players. You need your best general.
I think you said that as well, you did.
And I thought that was why he played them. Like, okay, these are my generals. They've been with me for a while. And if you watch Kovacic, the way he plays, which I will say, I don't like him. You know why? He's one of those City boys that gets away with fouls. He knows how to make terrible fouls and get away with it. He's done it to Arsenal. He's done it to so many things. So in that Bournemouth game, when you look at your bench, what's it called? The guy that came from AC Milan, Tijani Reinders, right? Gonzalez. Those guys are good, but they don't understand EPL yet. And this is this is second season for Nico Gonzalez. This is the first season for Tijani Reinders. He probably was worried putting those guys in that game. So he played the guys he trusted. You understand? So, like Sissy said, I don't think you could have done anything better in that game. But I agree with you. The O'Reilly option could have worked if you had pushed O'Reilly. Because that's one guy that, to be honest, is not fair. He's not afraid of anything. That guy is a standard player this season.
And it could have worked a long time because I think either Pep is upset with somebody or forgot, or I don't know what happened between Rodri coming back, right, and him moving O'Reilly back to left back. He forgot how we survived the first half of the season.
Yeah, but you were chasing. You were chasing.
No, it's not even chasing. It was just trying to survive, trying to build stability in the team. The first half of
when
this
your
season,
main guy, when your general is back, what do? That's your main guy.
But hear me out.
Yeah, but
hear me out.
You do have a point.
Right. We struggled for the first half of this season to find stability, to get to a point where we were comfortable winning games. Like just in general, putting players on the field and be like, City is going to win, no problem. It took a while. And the thing that fixed it was Gonzalez in CDM, O'Reilly in midfield, Igno starting. When you saw that lineup, that's where O'Reilly started shining. When you saw that lineup, you didn't have any fear whatsoever. You know, everything was stable. Rodri comes back. Rodri takes us a step higher, right? Rodri is back. O'Reilly back in left back. Everything's back to normal. Fantastic. But guess what? The moment you take Rodri out of the game, because he couldn't play 90 for a long time, we're shaky again, right? He takes Rodri out of the game, we're shaky again, because what does he do? He takes Rodri out, he puts Gonzalez in that CDM position without doing the adjustment of O'Reilly to midfield. So the whole team is scrambling. And that was the trap that happened after you guys injured Rodri the second time, is that he didn't go back to what stabilized the team.
So one more point about Pep before I yield to Cincy. Sorry, Cincy. The Pep news, I actually disagree because I looked at the other way. I personally believe, and I think we're going to find out, or probably might never find out, right? It's probably one of those greatest secrets that they want to keep. I think Pep knew about the leak and he wanted the thing to leak. And I will tell you why. If truly Pep is leaving, right? I think Pep had tried all the motivational speech he could share to catch Arsenal in the dressing room. And something came to his mind, maybe in the middle of the night, like he always do, and he wakes up and says, okay, this is the plan. Yeah. And he leaked that news, or probably corroborated with somebody to leak the news. Hold on, let me land. Corroborated with somebody to leak the news, so that news will ginger the player, motivate them to say, okay, we're going to do this one last thing for the boss. and win this game for the boss, so that the boss can
Yeah,
go out.
if that
Hold
was
on,
the
so that the
thinking,
boss can go out on a high. You understand what I'm saying?
if that was the thinking, it backfired spectacularly.
That's
But
what I'm saying. I prayed for you to be
doubt,
perfect. But I want you to be open-minded. I want you to think about news. I want you to think about news. News could be bad and it could be good. There is a possibility.
I doubt
I
that is
motivate the player to go fight for their manager. Then you talked about saying it's what was the word that's kind of affected. I forgot the word you used. Like
it affected the team.
motivated the players because they signed.
It affected the players.
In this day and age, when you sign for a club, I don't think people are not wise enough to know that anything can change. A manager can be there today, promise you.
Not with City though. This is someone who is
people
the identity of City
today because of
look at my name. The identity of City is literally tied to Pep.
But you and I know that Pep will leave one day. Like you are talking as if players have not announced that they are leaving. Bernardo Silva has announced that he's leaving. Justus has announced that he's leaving.
And City,
you understand what I'm saying? People will leave.
City is used to leaving great players behind. Aguero, great player, left him behind. Company, great player, left him. Kevin De Bruyne, as soon as early as last, you see this jersey, all I think of is De Bruyne to Haaland.
Okay, so you say that Semenyo and Gueye, if Pep leave, which we think he will, so you're saying that Gueye and Semenyo probably wouldn't have signed if they knew that
I'm not saying they wouldn't have signed. City is still a great top club. But I'm saying in the moment that the news dropped, this was a shock to the players and a shock to the whole team. Because
Can I ask you, how did you even think the news? What do you think made the news drop?
I dropped my suspicion in the chat, right? My suspicion is either the leadership does want Pep Guardiola to move on and leaked it by themselves.
He hasn't agreed, but they want to force
him. And he hasn't agreed, but they want him to move on, and they think Maresca is a good fit for the organization, and they leaked it by themselves, or the press really just truly got an insight.
How did the press get the news?
Yeah, or the press got the news.
Okay.
It can happen. I don't know the source, but it is unlikely. It is unlikely to be Pep himself.
When you see a leak,
because Pep, did you watch the interview after the match that Pep?
Yes,
did?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the part where he said it's never good news to announce anything in the middle of season? I don't think he was being dishonest there. You saw that part of the interview.
I agree, but I'm also not stupid enough because I watch news, I watch politics, I watch sports. I know people.
Well, I mean, all these are hunches. Again, the fact is, did the news affect the players? I think yes.
I've seen people do terrible things to just win. Like if you guys,
whatever you think the justification was, my own point
is, the Arteta Pep thing was a joke.
I hear you.
I really need you guys to look.
I hear you 100%.
The Arteta Pep thing
We're not agreeing about who did what.
I actually think it was serious.
My thing is, did what happened?
Some of them are really like
Man City players
at each other. Like they really wanted, like it was a real battle between Arteta and Pep. Like seriously, I actually fear for their friendship. But since you go ahead,
I think their friendship will be fine.
Yeah, it's what happens. I mean, competition is competition. If it gets very close, it gets very close, right? When it's hot, it's hot. I think my point is,
Pep really wanted to win that league. He really wanted to win that league.
Of course, because think about it. If this is his last season, he wants to live on a high. Who doesn't want to?
That's a record that nobody else will be able to break. Like you win 5 in a row, it's going to be difficult for anybody to break it.
No, it won't have 5 in a row. Liverpool won last year.
What did you say?
Liverpool won last season.
Liverpool won last year. It would have been 7
He
in
had
10.
4. Oh, sorry. It won't be a 5 in a row.
Liverpool
Sorry, thank you. So,
He had 10. 7 in 10 would have been unthinkable, right?
Yeah.
7 is perfection, first and foremost. But 7 in 10, that's
you
crazy. By the way, if he stays next season, he will still achieve 7 in 10. So don't write it off just yet.
When we talk about that, I don't think it will be that easy. Like we're going to talk about.
I don't think it will be that hard.
Okay, so
you guys still have your plan because you have the checkbook.
Talk about how next season goes. I think let's talk about the last few games of the season, and then we move into how things are shaping up because we know there are manager changes happening. You know, Chelsea has something. Raiola is leaving. There's a changing of the guard. So let's look at. I'll bring up the table real quick. Then we can look at what.
I want City to talk and see. You know, I mean, if you have something to say, Carrick has signed. They should have some hope. You know,
But we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
Are you guys
So
going
that's
to
one
do
of
Carrick
the,
out
that's
or
one of
not?
What is it?
One word answer.
No, hold on.
Are Man U fans ever going to say Carrick out next season or not?
I don't think so. I don't think we're going to say that.
So the answer is no. We'll record it.
Don't say that. There's no need for that.
My bet is January.
We have it on tape.
No need for that, man.
I don't think you should be asking any Man United. Like we have recordings where Cincy and I talked about when Amorim came. He was like, "Oh, this is it." He won't deny it. He will tell you it's the truth. Was so optimistic, so excited about Amorim. It's like,
I should not be optimistic about my team.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think we should judge any Man U fan if they tell you.
What do you mean judge any Man U fan? I don't understand. What exactly do you mean judge any Man U fan?
Guy, why are you angry today?
No, I'm not angry. What exactly?
It's like this has now in his penny since the
guys, it's in the pain. I'm any little thing like this is.
What exactly do you mean judge any Man U fan?
What's going on?
I'm not asking. What exactly do you mean judge any Man U fan exactly? I mean, I'm trying to understand that statement. Like, where exactly does that?
Even let me explain. Do you want
to? I'm giving you the chance. Explain yourself.
Wait, you are angry.
I'm not. I'm not angry. Wait, why do you keep saying I'm angry? I'm not angry. Please stop saying that. I'm not angry.
I know you don't know, but I know you don't see.
I'm asking you a question. What is annoying me?
You don't see it. I'm seeing it.
Let me tell you what's actually annoying me. Let me tell you what's annoying me. It's because you do this all the time and you don't know. You, like I said, you like to massage Arsenal's achievement like it's the biggest thing since.
That's my job.
It's nothing.
Okay, that's why you're angry. Is that why you're angry?
It's nothing.
Is that why
what
you're
you're
angry?
saying is nothing. If you are going to win, as a champion, if you are going to win, you have to play these games. You are using injury as an excuse, as if they now.
I already won. I'm not using injury as an excuse.
No, that's the way you sound. You're whining like, you
don't understand. I already won.
But we still made it through. You were trying to make it like it was a special.
I already won.
Yeah. Yes, you won, and I give you your props. You won, and I give you your props.
I'm not. So where's the?
And I give you your props already. I give you your props already.
Where's the excuse? I'm not giving an excuse.
I give you your props.
Those are
because you want to see me now, so I did make sure say idea away. Idea away. So I did catch all your scoop. Idea away of you. So I did call your mess up out for you. I'm calling it out for you.
So I think one of the key stories of the season is that, well, Ola is not here tonight. I really wanted to get his thoughts. We know he's slot out, but one of the key stories of the season is Liverpool were expected to challenge this season. They spent almost £500 million last season and didn't challenge. And they're now even on the verge of possibly not getting into the Champions League. So that's one to watch out for on the last day of the season, because Bournemouth still in there with a chance, right, to upset them.
What is the chance of Bournemouth upsetting? This is 59-6. A draw. Liverpool just needs a draw, right? They need a draw.
Yeah, they just need a draw. They're playing Brentford, but with their form, you see how their form has been.
They're playing at home. Is their last game. They're going to get a draw. Come on, you think they're going to lose that game? The worst they will get is a draw.
Brentford are trying to.
Brentford is not that great. That's what I'm telling you. Like Brighton and Bournemouth, they are good. They're okay. Brighton and Bournemouth are better than Brentford.
Okay, so you're backing Liverpool to secure Champions League football.
It's easy. Even if they don't do anything, they will get a draw against Brentford.
It might be easy, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
It's the EPL.
Bro, you guys have seen Brentford, right? You've seen Brentford. They are okay. Brentford will not win.
They call the Thiago up to Brazil squad. He has to show himself now.
So let's see. Most likely I expect Liverpool to, but it's not confirmed going into the last day is my point, right? So that's there.
Bournemouth is going to go to Europa. I can bet my money on that.
It's also not guaranteed because there's the possibility that 6th actually gets UCL.
How?
If Arsenal win the UCL, right?
So wait, so Liverpool. So let's assume that Liverpool finish as 5th. What happens to Bournemouth finishing as 6th?
If Arsenal win UCL, then the remaining top 4 should get it, right? It's not.
Wait, does it matter?
So I'm looking for the permutation here. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th will get UCL. 5th, Villa automatically gets it because they won the Europa League today, right?
Yeah.
6th will get the EPS place, the European Performance Spot.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
because we
So
get an extra.
Bournemouth is good.
So
They don't. I mean, they can
Already
just,
qualified now. Bournemouth already
So
qualified.
then,
no,
again,
no. We're talking about Champions League or Europa.
They already qualified for
Brighton
Europe.
could win and end up in 6th.
I know,
And
since-
then-
I know
Brighton
they
could
already
end up in
qualified for Europe.
6th. So Bournemouth they need to get a draw at least.
So
on that last
Bournemouth needs a result against Forest to secure Champions League.
We are talking about Champions League, Cincy. I know they are in
But
Europe.
they need a win now. How do they need a draw? Am I looking
Because
at
6
No,
could be in
because
Champions
the
League.
highest Brighton can get is 3, which
Yes.
takes them to 56.
Okay, so how many people are supposed to make the Champions League now? 6 or 7?
6.
They are
Up
saying that
6
there's one
goes
more
into
spot.
Champions League.
EPS.
If
I'm looking
Arsenal
at the
win,
colours and I'm
if
thinking,
Arsenal
okay,
win, right? Is
I'm
it
looking at
only
the
if
blue is
Arsenal win?
Champions League?
No,
I think
this
it's
doesn't have
guaranteed
to
already.
Yeah, it's guaranteed because we already earned, England already earned a performance spot. So there's automatically an extra spot that would have given us 5 spots.
Alright,
in
yeah.
it.
And now because Aston
Because
Villa is
Villa won
bumped up.
the Europa League, they
Yeah.
get to play in the Champions League. So that spot automatically bumps down.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So Chelsea
Yeah.
is going to Conference League for real. That's
No. Chelsea is not going anywhere. It's Chelsea still
No.
going.
Chelsea could get into Europa League.
Ow.
no, Chelsea is going to Conference League.
If
bro.
they
Don't worry.
win and Brighton doesn't win, they could finish 7th.
Who is Brighton playing, by the way? Okay, I wait for
Brighton
you.
plays
United.
Man U. They play United.
And they'll beat United.
So there's still a lot of drama. We've settled champions, we've settled 2 relegation spots, but there's still a lot of drama in these European places. See, we're still talking about all the possible movements.
It's actually better for us, Ayo. You and I can watch with relaxing. I mean, you two can watch relaxing.
I love it. I love
Cincy too
it
can watch
because
relaxing.
it's funny. I've been counting down with a cousin of mine for the last 8 games, and after the 8 games to go, I told him 7 games to go. I skipped when we lost Man City, but after Sunday, I told him 1 game to go. What I didn't know was, and I said, I'm just hoping that Bournemouth do me a favor because I don't want to go into that last game under any tension. Because the tension with which I watched that West Ham game, not Burnley. Burnley, I was confident would win. That West Ham game, the tension, the relief in my body. I physically felt hormones release.
I mean, may God help me in life.
Scored, and I felt tensions, stress hormones.
I don't think I can experience more tension, worse tension
When
than
Callum
that in life.
Wilson, scored before it was the Salah, and then
My heart skipped, bro. I thought I was gonna collapse.
I did not want to have that again on the final day.
I thought I was gonna collapse for real.
So that's what we're going into on the final day with European sports. On the relegation side, what would it mean if Tottenham also get relegated this season after winning the league?
Tottenham only need a draw.
They need a draw.
But
so
if Tottenham do get
draw,
relegated this season, I think this is really Arsenal's year because the banter.
I honestly don't think we care about them like that. Fine, we're rivalries.
We don't.
But, you understand? We don't.
No, we would have to check on all the Tottenham fans.
Around the
I
world,
is the point.
But in London, I think the Tottenham fans would lose it.
No, you would have to check on that.
I know, but
be
the
crazy,
consequences.
Man, that would be crazy, man. If Spurs plays in championship next season, man.
When last did the Big 6 team get relegated? It's been a while.
Crazy.
By the way, did you know that Arsenal is the only team in England that has never relegated?
Yeah, going to make yourself.
Again, I say far to get mad. I say far to get mad.
There we go again.
No, that is the fact. Every other team you look here has been relegated at least once.
Oh, Man U is the only team that has done this. You see
what John, am I saying something wrong?
You see what they talk? You see what they talk?
We know this is their character. It's okay.
It's fact, so you didn't ask.
Baba, give it the rest, man. Rest, Baba, rest. You don't win.
Why is the fact getting you mad?
No, because you do always cho.
How is that cho? Is it no? Hold on. Is it a lie? Is it a lie? Is it a lie? Is it a lie? Is it a lie?
I can start pulling how many Man U has done. I can start pulling that, but nobody has time for that, man. That's what I'm saying.
Is your mouth locked? Is your mouth locked? Is your mouth locked?
This is my point. This is the point.
Is your mouth locked?
Yeah. You know, I don't get time for that, man. Now you always know your mouth, man. Like saying now
All right.
Arsenal take this place.
Arsenal is the only team that has never been
Go
relegated.
sit down. Go sit down. You don't win. We don't hear. Arsenal,
All right.
Arsenal
So
yes.
relegation battle goes into the last day. As we can see, Tottenham just need a draw. If they get a draw, the goal difference is a bit huge.
Yeah.
And that will secure their spot. But if they lose to Everton, that's danger because
Everton is disappointing. I think they've lost it, and I don't see them doing anything better in the last game. Their manager said it that he thought they had it in them to fight. They've lost
Everton
it.
don't really have anything left to play for.
They have nothing to fight for. So forget it.
Yeah. So from Sunderland still have something to play for, but I think from Newcastle down to Nottingham Forest, they don't really have anything to play for. So that's the picture going into the final day. Now, we know that there's been a changing of the guard. There's the news that has broken that Pep Guardiola is leaving. We've heard that Maresca is likely to take over. Maresca is, one of the Pep boys along with Company and Arteta. So there's a chance Maresca comes back to the league. We know Andoni Raiola, who has taken Bournemouth so far to their highest points total and could yet secure them Champions League places, is leaving. Marco Rose is taking over. That is confirmed. We don't know where Raiola is going to end up. There was rumors of him going to Man U. We now also know that Carrick is confirmed as the manager for next season for Man U. And along with that, Alonso is coming to the EPL. Well, back. He was here as a player. Now he's coming back as a coach, and not of Liverpool because Ancelotti is still staying. He's coming over to take over Chelsea. So there's a lot to discuss. I'll start with UD, right? We're gonna go down the list. I'll start with UD because Pep could be leaving. You said you're a Pep team. Does this mean you're leaving Man City? Or
I think to have supported one club in England for 10 years is going to be hard to leave Man City. There's no other club I like more in England than Man City. So no. I liked Barcelona before this, right? And that's why I started my footballing journey. And I never had a team in England, so I felt jealous when all the banter used to fly. Premier League was always the league to follow. So it was natural when Pep came. But 10 years the team has grown. And I think what I'll miss the most about if truly Pep leaves this season is the stability of what to expect, right? Anything hits that team, you have the guy at the helm to fix it, to correct it. Big players come, big players go. Team doesn't change. Team dynamics don't change. He keeps it moving, right? And that predictability of what to expect is what I miss the most. Now, do I think all that walks out the door with Pep? No. I think to Barcelona's benefit, and this is where I was going to go with Maresca, I know where we've introduced all the changes that are coming. To Barcelona's benefit, right, Pep wasn't there that long, but La Masia existed while he was there, right? And after Pep left, you had a string of managers come, and the team was still doing well. Luis Enrique was one of such managers that came in, won Champions League with that team. They still had Messi, Neymar, Suarez, but still, a new manager is a new manager, right? And that's why I think, if I'm drawing parallels, Man City is today. It's not quite La Masia. It's not like right there. But I think Pep has put in a solid enough foundation that whoever is coming in, as long as it's not a stranger to the system, as long as they're not experimenting, as long as it's someone who's been in that system, been part of that squad, he can pick up the pieces where Pep has left them. And I don't think it's a situation where we're going through five coaches in a short period of time, or a big turnover like that. And I think City still enjoys a lot of success in the years to come because they will still have the same recruiting system. They will still have the same leadership in terms of the business side of things, running the club. And the head coach will be given almost the same amount of freedom that Pep Guardiola was given. So we should still have we have 10 years of foundation building to stand on. So I'm not so worried. I'm sentimental because you had the guy, right? and now the guy is gone. So it's going to be hard to fall in love with somebody else. But Hey,
I'm gonna ask you two questions, more like yes or no questions. One is Pep. Do you think Pep is leaving this summer? And two, if Maresca does come in, do you think Maresca has what it takes to win the league?
do I think Pep is leaving this summer? I'm at like 60%. I'm at
Okay.
60% that he's leaving. I think there's a 40% chance that Man City could do a Man City thing, which is something that nobody expects, and keep him for who knows how long, a year and a half a year, who knows? I don't know. But
Okay.
there's a chance that the club could want a smoother transition and not like this like jump transition that's going on now, because it's not been smooth. This last week, by City standards, has not been smooth. So there's a chance that the club might want to massage that and make it better, but I don't know. It's 60% that he's leaving in my head. We'll see. Does Maresca have what it takes to win the title? Definitely does. I think he won the Youth Cup with Manchester City. It's not the same level, but I think he functions in that system, and he would have the resources to get it done. So yes, I think he has what it takes to win the title. How soon? Maybe not next year because new coach, new team, but I can see it coming.
Okay. Cincy, Michael Carrick will be your manager. Has been your manager. We all know he's done fantastically because Man U is struggling. Let's all be honest. But he's secured Champions League and he secured it with a few games left to spare. He's now confirmed as the manager. You guys went out of the cup competitions early, so since January, you guys have had only the league to face. Now, the story out there that people are saying is Carrick is going to possibly have it tough next season when the season starts over again and he's facing more competition. Tell me how you feel about Carrick, because as Bjorn pointed, when Amorim was here, one of the things you pointed out was you liked Amorim because Amorim had a system. You could see the patterns of play and things he was trying to implement. There was something that he was trying to implement. Tell us how you feel about a Carrick. Does he have what it takes to return Man U to your glory days? Because just speaking factually, it's been what 12 years now since you guys won the league. It's in
13
double
years.
digits. 14 actually.
13
14
going to
actually.
14.
2012.
13 going to
So
14. That's how they used to
does
count it
Carrick
for.
have
So
what
you can start counting.
Okay.
tell us what you think about Carrick.
So for me, I think again, I think it was a good decision by the team to bring in Carrick. Like I said, he understands the culture of the club, and I think he earned the job during the regular season with the way he has performed. And I'm actually personally excited to see him. I've seen some of the ideas he's bringing. The identity is beginning to show. We've seen a lot of flashes here and there. Bruno playing very well, all the players playing the way they're supposed to play. Now, one thing I'll mention is we all keep forgetting that we're all fans at the end of the day, right? So when Amorim came, it's normal for anyone to be optimistic about their manager, right? And I think what killed Amorim was, it's not like he's not a fantastic manager. I mean, he bought those players, the same players that Carrick is using. So we still have to give him credit for what he has built. He bought those players, but I think he had a different idea in his brain of how he wanted things to be, to pan out. And unfortunately, he was a man with so much pride and ego. So if he knew what he was doing wasn't working, but he felt like if he bite the bait and he decides to change the way he plays and things start to work out in his favor, then it's like, oh, the public told him what to do. So there was always that pushback from him. I don't know what it was or whatever he was fighting that just led to what happened to him, because like I said, it was the same thing. It's not like Carrick did anything. Carrick came and he pretty much just changed the mentality, which
No. I disagree, but I'll let you finish. Carrick
who
changed.
cares? Who cares if you disagree? Anyways, he came,
This
he
guy is
came
angry.
and he came and he changed the way the players were thinking. He changed pretty much everything. Like I said, nobody changed, and obviously a few players left here and there, but I feel like you have to definitely credit Carrick for what he has done. Because this is definitely a fantastic job that he has done, and he deserves the job by any means. Now, this is where I think the dynamic changes going into next season. We didn't play that many games, right? And it's not as a
40
result of
games.
Carrick's faults. again, it's as a result of what transpired from the beginning of the season. We had a manager who was stubborn, who wasn't ready to change, and we went on a terrible run, which is normal, I get it. And now Carrick is going into this next season, and there's going to be a lot of games to play now under his belt, which is where my own concern comes in. How does he react with these many games under his belt? I'm a little bit concerned there. But considering the fact that
you share the same concerns.
I saw the league table when he came in. They showed the preview of the league table when Carrick came in, and United was number 1 on the league table up to this point. If you look at the most amount of points accumulated up to this point, it was probably number 1. I don't know if it has changed, but it was number 1 at the time. And I was like, who knows? Maybe if we had someone like Carrick from the beginning, who knows what the result will have been. But again, we are going into a new season. There's a lot of questions to be answered going into this new season. How is he going to react when we start playing Champions League, when we start playing all these competitions, injuries start kicking in? Again, summer is going to be very, very vital for United. The kind of signings that we buy, we have to make sure that we are not just buying for the sake of buying. We are addressing key areas, in the field, places that need to be filled, like the defensive midfield position, Casemiro's position, the defenders, we need to get another world-class defender. We need to start looking at fullbacks. Our fullbacks, Shaw is getting old. Shaw is too old. I don't think he has the legs for all those games next season. Dalot is not so reliable, he's a team squad player. He can fill up for injury, but it shouldn't be a starter for United. So there's a lot of questions that Carrick needs to answer, and I believe he already knows this. So how they address the summer is going to determine how I approach the game. But now, the fact that Man City, Pep is leaving, again, like I said, clears out the playing field. Me personally, I'm not scared of Arsenal. And I'm saying this not because of jealousy or anything. I'm not scared. Yes, you guys won fair and square. Fine. I was actually even more worried about the Invincibles when the Invincibles won. I was like, wow, this is actually a team that is going to be very tough to beat. This Arsenal team, I think they are beatable, and I think they won this league due to so many factors. So many things happened. There was a point where it was in their hand. One point they lost it to City and they got the rhythm back. So I think Arsenal fans need to really temper back and assess this season very, very well and use their judgment, the right judgment, not emotional judgment.
I thought it was only Bjorn that would give it to Arsenal. How did Arsenal conversations get into the question that they asked him?
No, I'm making my point. I'm making my point.
You see what I'm saying? The anger thing is
I'm making my point.
His lack of Premier League trophy. He can do that to him.
This is how he's throwing me off.
Finish your point.
Because I'm hearing the talk of domination. Yeah. Oh, we're going to dominate. We're going to do this. I'm like, okay. Like, really? You really think you're going to come and dominate the league after the way this whole season panned out?
See your own now. Did they lock your mouth? We can say whatever we want.
I don't think so.
How is that your problem?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you, since it's the same way I asked UD. Does Carrick have what it takes to win the league?
Yeah, I think he has what it takes. I believe he has what it takes, but it's going to require time. I'm not saying he's going to win the next season. It's going to require time. So, and I think, and I'm actually
would you be surprised to say he's ahead of his time if he manages to win the league next season? Would you be surprised?
I won't be surprised because.
So you think there's a chance then?
I'm not saying there's a chance. Yeah, there's a chance. I mean, trust me, next season, like I said, the Pep leaving the league levels the playing field so much for me. Like, I feel like it's up for grabs for everybody right now. Anybody can win this thing right now, man. And like I said, Arsenal will still be clear favorites because they are the champions, they have the team, they have the stability and everything, and they're going to definitely build on what they have. So they're always going to be clear favorite. But I still feel like the style that Arsenal plays is not sustainable over time. I've seen this before so many times. This is not, Barcelona. We're not talking about Barcelona. We're not talking about Real Madrid of the Galacticos. We're not talking about United of 2008. We're not talking about Invincibles here of Arsenal. We're talking about a team that just has the right structure, the right grit and determination. If Arsenal is going to compete next season, they are going to need some players to step up. It's just that simple. People like Saka needs to step up. Eze are going to have to step up. They are not going to go through next season with 1-0 every. Trust me, it's not going to happen.
Was for Man United how they would do next season. Why?
It's not. And I've answered
Why
it.
is it talking
So
about?
I have a follow-up question.
Maybe you need to go and watch this video again.
You know, I think Since's point is valid. But my follow-up question to the Arsenal fans is, at this point, having watched how your season has gone, where would you strengthen if you were the coach? Like, what part of the field would you strengthen?
Okay, I mean that's a question for us, but it was meant to talk about Man United, and I was hearing Arsenal more than Man United.
He made his point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I don't mind. I'm okay. I appreciate it. It's just that he's angry.
Can you answer this question?
He's just angry, and I'm trying to understand where that is coming from. Like, is it because of the trophy we won? I'm just trying to see like what triggered the guy. You know, like is it like yesterday? Is that what's triggering the guy? I'm trying to understand.
What is he talking about? I don't understand what
you've
he's talking
changed.
about, bro.
You were not this like. I mean, you've changed. Something triggered you. It's like something touched you.
Nothing triggered me. Not because I was just like, okay. No, because you always come here and you, like I said, you always like.
It's like Arsenal did something to you. That's what I'm trying to find out.
We done with all that. Man. You have won. You won. No, you didn't do anything to me. You won the league. You won the league, so everything is
right. So can we talk now? Can I talk now? You talk about Man. You are talking about
when you did not win. Now. Because when you did not win, what you normally do is you always victimize Arsenal. So now that you have won, I know that you cannot victimize Arsenal anymore. So moving forward now, we don't want to be hearing, do you know that Arsenal is the only one that have been visited and then they never killed a baby? Do you know that Arsenal is the only player that doesn't have anybody that has raped before? No, we don't want to hear that one anymore. We don't want to hear that.
I can say whatever. I can say
whatever. Where would you strengthen? Arsenal fans, where would you strengthen?
Thank you, Ayo, let me know when I can go ahead.
Go ahead, Biodun, please. You have the floor.
Bro, I just want to make sure that I get the same question. So the question is about these new managers coming in, right? I actually think Maresca coming in, so we don't know.
So we'll come back to your question, UD, because like I said, there are more managers, right? So we've heard about the Manchester managers' possibilities. So the new managers coming in, Marco Rose is coming in. Who's the other one? Alonso. So those are the other two. Charles is not here. I wanted to get Charles' opinion.
So I just want to touch on that real quick, right? So Carrick is coming in. Carrick is going to play four competitions, right? At the minimum, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, EPL, then Champions League, right? They definitely need to strengthen. So that's why I don't want to get into argument with Man United. I think they are well set up, but people are not seeing what I'm seeing. You're starting the season without Casemiro. That guy has really, really helped you. Bruno Fernandes' performance next season is going to depend if he has the same cover as Casemiro. You talked about Amorim coming and creating structure. Yes, Amorim might have messed up, but I think something he helped you guys do that Carrick built on was clearing out the dead wood. So he cleared out all those guys for you. That's something you should appreciate him for, right? So he set a very good foundation for Carrick to take over. Now, Casemiro is going to be gone. Bruno Fernandes prospered because of Casemiro. And I don't know if you're going to get that. Even if you found that replacement, it's going to take time for that person to get to Casemiro level. Meno is shining right now. He's prospering because he has a good partnership with Casemiro. So you can see how Casemiro is affecting so many areas of your team. It's going to affect how Meno plays. It's going to affect how Bruno Fernandes plays. So that's why I'm confident that even though you guys will be a threat, and since it's not just that. Again, this is fun. But we can go back to the first recording. I actually predicted Man United as top 4 this season. It's on record. No doubt. Ayo is my witness. I said it because I said there is no way Man United with the business they did last preseason should not challenge for top 4. You are not in Europe. What else will you do? I didn't even see Grimsby coming. But I'm like, okay, EPL, you guys should focus on EPL and should make top 4, which you did. So I saw that coming. And forget whatever, we're trying to, banter or whatever. No, I try to like speak football. And that's what I see. You have a chance, but I see a gap. I don't know who you are going to get. No matter who you get in Europe, it will never, ever, ever be Casemiro. So I see that as an opportunity for Arsenal to still challenge Man United.
So you need to get somebody the magic one, Abi. Because you be Babalawo, because you just
no. I'm just talking again. We can be wrong
because you just know. Abi,
I'm not even trying to banter you. I'm even trying to. I'm even trying to speak normal. Calm down now.
that statement we just make, it don't
Really,
make
you
sense.
see that he has anger
It
issues.
doesn't make sense to me, though. You're practically telling me that, oh, we cannot replace Casemiro. I mean, Casemiro is like, what, 30? How old is he?
Baba, can I make my point? Baba, can I make my point?
Replace him?
This night is like something
How
touch
long
you.
will
I
we
don't know
replace
what to touch you tonight.
No,
Like,
tell me why do you feel like we're not going to be able to replace him? Tell me exactly why.
Since yesterday, you've been angry. Instagram, they chase me.
Oh, they are angry. Nobody they angry.
You call me alive for my dream self. I don't know if I go see you for my dream.
Tell me why do you think that we cannot replace Casemiro? Tell me why.
Let me talk. Exactly. Bro, Casemiro is an established, he's a senior player, is an OG. I might be wrong. That's just my own opinion. I might be wrong. But let me try to finish up my point so that I'm not taking too much space. You need to replace Casemiro. And I see that as an opportunity for clubs like us to actually take 3 points from you. So that's there. Because it will affect how Meno plays, it will affect how Fernandes plays. Your back line, right? You still have good players, and you might be lucky for this guy that has been injured, right? This guy that got from Bayern Munich. He might be back. So I think you have a good defense lineup. Then you got Eden, Evan, and all these guys. So you have options in the back line. It's the midfield that I think you need to reinforce. And I think you're planning to get rid of Ugarte, right? Your Ugarte injured my Caravat. You never talk about that. So that's good for Carrick. Carrick real test is next season. He's going to have to figure out how he plays. So people judging, say Carrick has done well. Yes, Carrick has done well. But we're going to see the test. And we're going to see the patience. I think the Arteta blueprint will give Man United board more confidence to keep Carrick. And I think they should, to be honest. Forget whether we are rivals or whatever. I think they should give whoever the manager is some time. Arteta is the blueprint for everybody in England to say managers need time. Now let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea, I was going to predict that they'll probably be fighting bottom half, close to relegation next season. But with Xabi Alonso coming in, I think that has changed. That has changed a whole lot. They have one of these young kids.
Does it make a difference if they're in Europe or not in Europe?
It makes a difference because it's concentration, right? Xabi Alonso, when he was in Bayern Munich, he had Bayern Leverkusen. We didn't know those players. He was the one that made Wets. He made Florian Wirtz. The only player he got was from Arsenal, through his friend. Because, he and Arteta grew up together, right? They've been friends. They've been childhood friends. So he got Xhaka, which I actually think was a mistake. If Xhaka had stayed, we probably would have challenged for the Premiership better last season because Xhaka and Rice would have made sense. But again, whatever happened. We lost Xhaka. Xhaka going to Bayern Leverkusen was probably one of the names known. Florian Wirtz, Xabi Alonso made Florian Wirtz. He gave him opportunity. It was good, but he gave him the opportunity. So if you see the player that he put together to challenge Bayern Munich, that was good. In coming and having the ingredients at Chelsea with all these young boys. I mean, there are some boys that don't have cool heads that they need to deal with, like Garnacho and all these guys, like Fofana. All the guys are misbehaving, but he still has some very good components that he can bring together to create a very good system. So I see Xabi Alonso challenging. It's just going to be like Bournemouth. When Bournemouth never played in Europe, but they always give everybody problem. That's what I see Xabi Alonso doing. Will they win the league? No. But will they give everybody problem?
What do you think is stopping him from hitting the ground running?
Xabi Alonso? Experience. Because EPL has grown. EPL is tough. So it's that marathon, to be honest, every time I look at EPL now, to me, it looks like 42, 44 games.
Don't forget.
And I wonder, like, it's just the 30th game. Because
I'll make a point about that toughness, but go on.
Yeah. So that's the challenge, right? And see, it doesn't like me saying it. Every team is going to experience injuries. We don't know. And I told Cincy this thing last week. Carrick is going to start again. Carrick actually, I think Man United had a better season this season compared to last season when they had injuries, right? The only person they had injuries on was Mason Mount, which is actually not key to them. So injuries is a factor that we don't know what team is going to affect most. Now, Chelsea, I think they have a young squad. I don't see them dealing with injuries. So that's why I said they will challenge. They probably end up in top 7, top 8. Now, let's go to Liverpool. Yeah, let's go to Liverpool. Liverpool, I think they will fail. And I don't think they will make good business. I think Slot will be out. I think they just gave him the last straw. And I think Slot will be out in the first 10 to 12 games. And I think he will be out. And I'm glad for that because I don't really want them to compete. City is still favorite anytime, any day. Whether Pep is there or Pep is not there. I actually want Pep to stay because I think it will be easier for us to play with Pep because they don't pick up at the beginning of the season. Maresca is a different beast. When you're a manager in EPL and people haven't really figured you out, it's a problem. It takes 2 or 3 seasons for people to figure you out. People were beginning to figure out Maresca, then they left. So now it's going to come to a new club and we're going to have to figure him out with City. And I think that's a big problem. And City has resources. Like, come on. They just have resources and they will give him money and they will back him up and they will buy more. So I see City challenging a lot. Now, you asked me about Arsenal. Let me quickly answer that question. Yes, we need reinforcement. I think I want to go back to attacking football where Rice attack in the last third, right? Rather than Rice sitting down. And what do we need? We need a midfielder like Partey to come back. Whether so many will get rest, which I doubt because it's going to World Cup, he will not get that rest. Arteta needs to find a CDM that can stay so that Rice can be free and go and press upward. We need Saka to be fit, coming back from injury. I don't think Madueke is the right place for him to be. I think we should either loan Madueke or find a deal and take our losses right now. I think we need another winger that can give Saka a right? And I think we need to sell Trossard and Martinelli, bring in somebody like Kvaratskhelia, right, to play that wing. So we need a winger on both sides, and we need another striker. I think we should sell Havertz if he's not fit because he's the highest paid on that team. We should sell him and make money, or if he's fit, we'll keep him. So I think I answered your question. CDM, wingers. I think defenders, we need just one more defender that can play in any of the 4 positions. And I think Arsenal will be good to compete.
Yeah, you need a replacement for Ben White for sure.
No. That one is certain. The guy is gone. Everton is interested, by the way. So.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah,
I think it's interesting the way you said it.
What I did and what you just did.
You just talking. Hold on, you just talking. Carry your face cap. Come on.
Didn't you talk about everybody too? Hypocrite.
I think it's interesting the way you said it. The only thing I want you guys to think about.
I gave you props now.
Because this is what happened to City, right? We lost Rodri 2024, 2025. I was just looking now to see how far back that injury was. And he actually got injured.
Beginning of the season.
Was Arsenal 2-2 draw?
Beginning of the season, right before
Was
Bologna.
Arsenal 2-2 draw? Yes.
He played 3 games.
Yes, it was Arsenal 2-2 draw.
We won. Boom, trophy.
Yeah.
We won.
Yes, now.
Boom, trophy.
Charles is not here today. Charles will continue to argue that the reason for that was Pep's divorce. And we said, no, it's Rodri. He has nothing to do with Pep.
It was Rodri. And he affected us this season, right?
Yes.
It's why we were catching up.
We know that Rodri is the guy.
But here's why it was even worse this season. And here's why Pep likes this season more than last season. This season, we lost Rodri and we lost both our primary centre-backs.
Bro,
for majority of the season.
I don't even think you need to be complaining. You've done business more than anybody in this world that I know.
You guys want
last season that you lost Rodri. Do you know how many
and
players
we won trophies? So I'm trying to say that this by no standard, like by City standard, though, this was not a bad season for City.
Oh, you spend money. You spend money, bro.
We lost players too. No, besides here, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that spending money would not say, oh, we spend money and I accept it. Because we lost big talents last year. We lost De Bruyne last year. We lost Akanji last year.
Bruyne is retiring now.
He's retiring, but he was the primary supplier for Haaland.
He wasn't, bro.
We had to figure that out this season.
He was injured. He wasn't fit. Even you yourself, you will not play.
The problem though is you had Foden,
but he was a star for our team.
It's just
he was
that
a star for our
Foden
team.
Foden was.
But he wasn't delivering anymore. He had fitness issues.
So what did you guys buy in the summer?
So when you're saying we bought players,
they bought checking now.
My point is we replaced
players
we lost.
Gonzalez, they bought Tijani Raiders.
We replaced players
now.
That's what I'm saying.
Players now.
They replace all these boys now.
So that January spending, honestly. That
January spending is why they chased Arsenal.
It helps because our centre back was out. Our centre back was out, and we didn't still have a solution for nobody supplying Haaland.
Sissy, do you know how many centre backs these people have?
I know.
Do you know how many players they have in defense?
If it was another team, they would have never survived what Man City survived. Like they would have been done.
Yeah. What I'm saying.
But they just went and spent.
They would have been done.
Again, did you guys hear about Arteta and Pep going after each other in one of a press conference last year? When Pep said, and please tell me, Ken, if he wins, it's not because he's a better coach, it's because he spent money.
It's because he's spending now. Yeah.
Mikel once criticized Pep. That is not that Pep is that good or City is that good, it's because Pep
so that's what
criticized.
But he was being sarcastic, you know that, right?
I know, that's why I was saying that the two of them have been going. People are just not been the two of them have been going after each other since the beginning of the season.
But you guys can't say that. No, Arsenal hasn't been spending money. Like
That is
we
why
spent.
Arteta went
We
out
had
and
to.
spent. He
Yeah,
realized
we
that
had
the
to.
only way to compete,
It's
is
to
spend.
spend.
And even
It's
with
a
that,
money league.
Arteta
It's
still
a
didn't
money
even
league
spend in
now.
January, which
The only people
annoyed
I
me.
pity is Man United
If
because
we
they've
had
been spending,
lost
but we
this
don't see the
league, I will
results.
blame Arteta for not spending in January. Because the difference between this race getting tighter was Gay and Semeyo.
Yeah.
No, but the problem was
But
like,
we
from what I've
had
heard, Arsenal
injuries.
stretched
It wasn't like Gay and
Arsenal
Semedo were not
stretched
because of
their
injuries. We had
financial
injuries.
limit last summer because the AC signing wasn't planned, if you guys remember, and that was 60 million. So I heard that actually pushed us to the brink of our financial like limits, and
Wait,
it
They were
was
Eze
lucky
came in
they
fully
got
January now.
Ikapi
dependent
on
on
loan.
us.
You know they had to get
Eze
Ikapi on loan.
came in
Yeah,
January.
Pay later.
yeah, we
They
had
pay
to
He came in
sign him
later
January,
for
right?
for
Ikapi.
and defer the who
Eze came in
is it?
January now, right?
No,
Yeah.
he
No,
came
no,
in
no.
It was
at the
summer
end of
signing. It was
Remember,
a big
Eze was going
reveal.
to go to
Mama Day.
Tottenham. Since you
yeah.
forget, he was going to go to Tottenham, then he called Mikel before he
Eze played
signed.
for Arsenal the entire season.
Bro,
Yeah, that's
the
it.
Well,
reason
not the
why
They
first
benched
half.
the
him. They
reason
benched
why
him
we
after some
challenged
time.
was Eze coming in because
It doesn't feel
Odegaard
like it
play.
at
Odegaard play. Is it
all.
10 games? How many games did Odegaard play?
It didn't feel like it at
Less
No,
than
they
all,
got
10
played
games.
man.
like
Yeah,
20
they
games.
benched him for some time. They benched him for
Yeah,
some
he
Man,
was
time.
that's why
benched
he
for
came in
about 2
January.
months.
He
As
was
in,
benched, but he helped us coming because he filled in for Odegaard in some of the games. Like
A
if
lot
we
of
didn't
games.
have Eze,
A lot of
that
games.
Odegaard injury, bro, we probably
Would
would be
have killed
fifth or
us.
sixth.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have killed us.
So,
Anyway,
but
awesome.
the reason
Yeah,
why I brought up the point about our
last
injuries
point.
was that you say you have to strengthen and you want Declan Rice going up front. Do you guys have a solution for if Declan Rice is injured?
I do. And thank you for asking that question. I told you
Okay,
in the
last
chat, right?
point, and then
I
we'll
said,
round up.
hear me out, if this will work. I actually don't think this player should play until end of September or early October. Declan Rice, Saka, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Eze. Would I want to buy? Tonali and Fernandes. Those two with MLS, I think they should be able to kick off the season and play the first 5 games. There is no way. See, there is no way you can get Declan Rice. You know what happens to players when they have a very fantastic season? The next season they cannot because they will get injured and it will be a long-time injury. He needs to manage Declan Rice right now if he wants to compete for the season next season. He's played too much game and he's going to the World Cup. It's not going to happen.
So that's a big watch out for me. That's why I even asked
That's
the primary
why-
question, where do you
That's
strengthen?
what will determine whether Arsenal
Because
will win the league next season or not.
Declan Rice
Declan Rice
is your
cannot
key-
play until September
Is
or
your
October.
key player.
He's
If
the
there's
key
a player
player.
more important than Raya in your team,
Thank you.
it's
And if
Declan Rice.
Arteta is not thinking about how to play without Declan Rice now, then he's not a manager.
Yeah.
It's going to work
And
out.
for me, Raya is our player of the
he
season.
probably is not.
On that note,
Knowing the kind of person that Teta is, he probably isn't.
No, he is. You know, he's a very detailed guy. He's a very detailed guy. He thinks like, no, seriously, he is.
I think he is, but I think he can be stuck to his ways, man. Sometimes, like
He's
not
like
very-
us too. When
He's
you
not
have a
very
solution,
dynamic. I don't
if
think
it's
he's
not
very-
broken,
he's very
if it's not
he's
broken,
very
why fix it?
structured. He's a very structured manager.
Sissy, if it's not broken, why do you fix it? If it's not broken, why fix it?
I get it, but once it breaks, how does
I know.
he fix?
You know he did it with Odegaard.
That's the problem.
You guys know he did it with Odegaard. You know he's just learning. Like Arteta is like, you people have no way.
Yes.
Arteta is growing. You see,
Yeah, he's been
this
growing.
winning yesterday thing is good for him. Arteta is still growing. He's tried. He's not there
Still
yet.
learning.
It's-
Yeah.
CGM is not a very easy role. City are probably the people that have studied a lot that they know how to do it. So City have this player that get to
That's succession
bring in
plan.
somebody to understudy. He did it with Fernandes. You guys remember?
Fernandinho.
It was Yaya Toure, Fernandes, and that's how he has built the team. Then Rodri came in. Rodri was on the bench when Fernandes was leaving.
Rodri had to learn.
But
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
how he does
position he
his
played. But that was where he played.
Thank
now.
you. Exactly.
I mean,
He plays as a midfielder.
that's every coach's
That's why he
every
understands
coach's
the position
philosophy,
very
right?
well.
Coaches build around what they know.
What they know.
Look at Nuno Espirito Santo. He plays five in the back, 5 in the back, because the defender and the
I also
goalkeeper
read coach. That's how
is the savior of the team in his mind, right? But let's think about it. Defenses do win championships. That's how.
How did you think Arsenal win championship? Do you think
That's,
it's that?
that's Arsenal's. That's
When
Arsenal's.
Arteta was buying defender, you people think he was crazy. I used to say it, you beat from the back. You see the result now, you beat
Yeah.
from the back.
So Declan Rice for me is the
That
key
statement
watch out,
is
and you
true,
guys
but in
don't
soccer, it's not
only.
sustainable.
I
That's what
think
I believe. It's not
so.
sustainable in soccer.
Here's my point on that. You guys don't only need someone that can cover in the back. You need someone that can do what he does in unlocking defenses by just being present.
We should bring in Fernandes. I see his stature like Declan Rice. If you don't bring him, we should go.
Is it West Ham Fernandez you're talking
Yeah,
about?
the West Ham
Yeah,
Fernandez,
Matheus
right?
Fernandes.
We should bring him in, and we should bring Tonali in. Those people can debutize before Rice.
So now they come United. See this guy.
I know you guys are after him, but we should get
United.
Tonali and Fernandez and MLS and sell Nogard. Sell Nogard. I don't want him.
Bye-bye.
Get Madueke on loan, right? Rice cannot play until October. He needs to rest. He needs to rest.
Yeah.
I mean,
All right.
it's
Why not get him to do that?
No. Thank you, guys. We'll be here to wrap up the season, and we will preview the Champions League final next time around.
Where is that bottle?